Video explains how to use and interpret the Sieve Diagram widget. Now from the Orange website, a Sieve diagram is a graphical method for visualizing the frequencies in a two-way contingency table and comparing them to the expected frequencies under assumption of independence. And here's what it looks like. On the x-axis, there's one attribute, and the width of the section above each type represents what proportion of the whole that group makes up. And the same thing goes for the y-axis. So this group here, representing children, who are 5% of all the people on board, and crew, who are 40% of all people on board, has an expected frequency of 2%. However, since the Titanic did not have any crew who were children, the actual value is 0. So, to represent the actual percentage being lower than the expected, the block is red with large cells, which become more intense and larger respectively the more drastic that difference is. The next section here, condition, allows you to look at only a single group. So if you select sex under attribute, you can choose to look at only the females or the males on board, which drastically changes the blocks. So the child crew block from before goes from an expected 2% to less than 0.5%. Next is visual settings, which unsurprisingly changes how it looks. You can remove the lines, show points to represent data examples, and change the color of those points. Finally, there's the VisRank feature, most of which is more complex than I am comfortable going into in this presentation. But the main tab here is actually quite helpful. It shows a list of the chi-squared values for each attribute pairing. So you can tell at a glance what the most interesting or furthest from expected graphs are. And it is with the sad note that age and survival are the most independent values from each other that I conclude this presentation.